asked for this series between Ganksquad and 5 average dudes. Got Ganksquad on the Radiant, 5 average dudes on the Dire. We are jumping into the middle of game number 1 because I did not know I was casting about 10 minutes ago, so yeah. But it's okay. Matters here, we are here for Dota, and I am joined here by the one, the only, Artorius. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good. Here to cast some Dota 2. As far as both these teams go, is that half? What is that? It's being gone on the bottom lane. CB is there on Grimstroke. There isn't enough damage just yet. Razor is coming over. Shrek has the link there on the Beast of USE's. Viper LP is used. Viper dropping very low. Razor dropping low, but down goes the Viper. Razor might die. He has a stick though, so he should be fine. Yeah, he's fine. And he will just simply TP away to the fountain. Well, what have we missed so far in this first 8 minutes of action, though, that we missed completely?
I don't know, I wasn't watching it either.
Oh. Well, it looks like there's a 2k gold lead for Radiance. They have a huge kill lead, a lot of kills on the side of Shrek, so apparently Shrek half lane actually owned.
Yeah, I believe they did do a lane swap. They didn't want to lane the Monkey King versus this Viper, so they swapped in the Razor.
Fair thing to do. As far as these two teams go, though, how are they currently standing in this season of Lads? Season 6 of Lads?
I'll pull up the standings.
So Ganksquad has 1 win, 4 losses, and 1 tie. Yeah, so 1 win, 4 losses, 1 tie for Ganksquad, and 5 average dudes is 0 wins, 2 losses, and 2 ties. So Guam's team, Ganksquad, has played 2 more games. However,
they need to win some games, though.
Yeah, they need to win some games. So does 5 average dudes. They had a tough first couple of games. I think they played the top 4 teams in the league right now. Were their first 4 games, and so they fared okay. 2 losses, 2 ties.
All things considered, they did what they could against. I mean, they played you guys, they played Step Bro, they played Dark W, and they played Nebula, right?
They played Pizza Dog with
Pizza Dog, my bad. Either way, very formidable teams. As it currently stands, Ganksquad, they are in the lead. But it's only a 1k gold advantage, so it's not that significant of a lead. Shrek, he's going bottom lane. No blink is used. He's on Witch Doctor, actually. Down goes from Artorius. They will go over to Beast USEs. Looks like it'll be a 2-for-1 trade. Unless he can escape here on the Viper, but he'll probably get run down eventually. Well, maybe not. Burn is there. In comes the Lash. This could be a huge turn. Viper still alive. Bounties are respawning. Down goes Guam. Down goes Alf. And Void Spirit is coming in here. Maybe look to brawl this Lash. Grabs the bounty at the very least. He doesn't have an Astral Step, so you have to be a little bit careful here. Has to simulate. We'll go over the cliff, assuming. But right into the Grimstroke. Inkswell is there. He is going onto the Grimstroke. Still trying to run away. There is very little mana on Lesh. We'll use 2 mangoes. Pops them both. Stun. Will be there. Hits on Zaire. In comes Guam. Has the ulti. Will he use it? Soulbind is there as well. Guam ulti. Use on Wyvern. CB misses a spell. Lesh now on the run. In comes Void Spirit. One thing up the Astral Step. In comes the Shaker. Fissure. Not used just yet. Will be used. Will block away his teammates. But they should be able to run CB's Grimstroke down still. So, that's a team fight. Still going on for that matter, but I think this is a foregone conclusion here. Yeah. Kill will have the Void Spirit. My lord. That was a minute and a half team fight.
And all the while that was going on bottom, there was actually a kill top 2. PMA solo killed the Monkey King top with Omni Slash and Spin.
It's a very fair and balanced ability, Omni Slash.
Yes.
They once again move on Void Spirit middle. Stun is there. He is still decent HP though. Yeah, he'll be fine. In the bottom lane though, we will instead see a kill into the Viper, who might look for a counter kill with the damage over time, but not enough damage. As it currently stands, though, I mean, Guam's team's in the lead. What do they need to do to convert this 2k gold lead and the 7 kill lead into an actual good middle game state?
I think they definitely need to start taking some towers, or at least pressuring them. They don't have a lot of good tower pushers, but they need to choke the map out.
They will go onto half bottom lane. Cask is there. Only it's on 1, but the Death Ward will certainly be enough damage. Yeah, they will not use Echo Slam. Would not have been to any effect anyway, so it's a free kill on Earth Shaker. Meanwhile, on the flip side, if your 5 average dudes basically more of that, go for some more pickoffs, look for key kills on Monkey King, Void Spirit, Razor, that sort of thing.
Yeah, on the other side, I think they also need to pressure towers, though. Go for pickoffs when you can, but you have this Leshrac, and he really wants to be taking towers early with Diabolic Edict. He maxed it out, so he's not going the farming build, he's going more of the fighting build. As well as a Viper, very strong early. He can get killed, though, if he doesn't have any backup, and that appears to have happened quite a bit in the early game.
It's a few more deaths than you want on Viper, but it happens. Lam is going in. The ulti is used. In comes Razor. Has a link. Will use it on Viper. Fissure is there. Onto 2. Down goes Razor. Trek going in. Mr. Green Knight. Soulbind. Will pop at the very end, but to no effect. Will simply be a solo kill. Not solo kill, but a singular kill on this Viper hero. On the flip side, Mr. PMA's in the middle lane. Doing Jug things. What's your thoughts on Jug going Maelstrom here over, say, Battle Fury?
I'm not really a carry player, so I know nothing about what is good and what is bad for carry builds, really. But normally you see Monkey King pick up Maelstrom rather than Jug, but the Monkey King is actually the one going for the Battle Fury, and the Jug's the one picking up the Maelstrom.
Artorius taking a bit of damage here, but not the easiest kill. Fissure actually will hits, but not enough follow-up damage. Peripheral will go in on Lesh, chasing down the Earthshaker. Stun. Pump Fake. Slow instead. Will not chase him to that high ground. Dire Vision, not the greatest currently. Looking over at Net Worth. Where's Net Worth? There's Net Worth. As expected, Jug Monkey King on top, Void Spirit not far behind. Razor surprisingly 6th in Net Worth. Would have expected a bit better considering his kill death situation, but you are Razor. Not a great hero to farm with. A lot of TPs use middle lane. They will try to get Void Spirit. That's not the easiest kill in the world. Silence will be used on the Void Spirit. Inkswell look for the stun, but Astral Step is there. Not enough time to get that Inkswell stun off. Top lane PMA does have Omni Slash. Will he use it? Maybe. We'll have to find out later. Looks like we'll be seeing very little fighting over these bounty runes. Looks like both teams will pick up 2 bounty runes. Radiant on the top side, Dire on the bottom side. Half maybe out of position here. Actually, he's fine. What were we saying there?
I think the Dire's kind of misplaying this map here. And the Radiant is. The Dire played it correctly. They went and they pressured bottom tower, and they took it, and now they can look to pressure mid. All the while, both carries were just trading farm in the top lane. So now this Jug still hasn't been forced to the top yet, and he's been able to farm here the entire game. The Radiant definitely need to come up here. Yeah, the Radiant definitely need to come up here and take this Dire top tower and take mid as well.
It's almost the opposite sort of movement though. The PMA is still there. They use the Wyvern ulti. Link is there, but Dire is on the way. Soulbind only on 1 currently. Jug on the run. He will instead go turn the Guam, taking a lot of damage. Viper ulti is there onto the Razor, but a bit of a fast hero. No, he'll run away, but still, 2 heroes dead and a tower dead for, Viper ulti cooldown? Soulbind cooldown? Not a great trade. In comes Zaire, has the Spirit, will taunt up Grimstroke. He will try to get some kind of counter kill on CB. The damage is there, the Link is there, but in comes the Leshrac. Hero dropping very low currently. Down goes Zaire on Void Spirit. Down goes Shrek and Agree is still alive. CB is dead, but Shrek will die at the very end. Disastrous trades here for Ganksquad. They're a squad looking for ganks, but their ganks are falling flat right now.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a misplay to go and defend that top tower. It was already really low by the time they got there to defend it. And the whole time they had a siege creep. The whole time they had a The whole time they had a siege creep just hitting that mid Dire tower, and no one, if anyone was there to pressure it, like even just a support or something, that mid tower would have been dead for the Dire.
We're seeing the effects, though. I mean, you mentioned how Dire was playing the map better, and look at it. Tier 1 dead top. Tier 1 dead middle. Tier 1 dead bottom. Flip side, Radiant has only taken the Tier 1 bottom, which is, I mean, not a very great tower to kill, so...
Yeah. And they didn't even get it by pressuring it, it just happened to be the creep wave that took it.
That's never a good sign.
Yeah, they won their lanes, but they didn't pressure the map out of it at all.
They didn't win Dota 2 with their pressured lanes.
On the flip side, this Void Spirit almost has a very fast Ags.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well. I mean, him and the Lash are doing about equal in farm right now. Void Spirit will not have a defensive item, but he will have that Ags and just 650 gold. Bottom lane, they will once again go on Guam. Guam might just die here. Spells are being thrown out by basically everybody on Dire. Guam is dead. A little bit of contributions from Witch Doctor and Grimstroke, but Viper is running that man down.
All this is happening though, like Dire's playing on the right side of the map, they want to be in the enemy jungle, taking their farm, all that, but Radiant need to be top, pushing that top tower, or they need to be mid, making a move on that middle tower. If you dedicate 4 heroes to killing your pos 5, you need to get something out of it.
Looks like what they'll get out of it is very little. Maybe they're tier 2 bottom dying. They will scan, so at least they won't just walk into more deaths, but... PMA does an Omni Slash, so it's going to be a bit difficult for fighting Razor's a Mask of Madness. What?
Well, he also used it early, so he couldn't use any spells. It might have been a misclick.
Why does he have a Mask of Madness? But, Wizard ulti is used on 2. Grimstroke taking a lot of damage. In comes Eddie. Monkey ulti is pop. Stun is there, though. Left doing a lot of damage. Down goes Monkey. Down goes Wyvern. Huge Echo Slam from half, but it's not enough. Down goes Shrek. Down goes Earthshaker. And Zaire, the lone survivor. All of Dire still alive. Silence is there. Grimstroke dropping low, but Void Spirit, he's all alone. Atos is there. In comes PMA. Manta is pop. Stun is there from the Shrek, and it's a dead man. And it's a full 5-man wipe at that. Disastrous. What went so wrong in that team fight there? It looked like it was a good Echo Slam, but it was alright ulti as well from the Wyvern, but what went so wrong there?
The Radiant had the damage to win that fight, but nobody killed the Healing Ward. The Healing Ward lasted the full duration of the fight, so it didn't matter how much damage they got off, everyone just lived through it.
So it's always a sad tale when you have an entire Earthshaker combo being dropped in 4 different heroes and you get no kills.
Yeah, just hits a 4-man Echo Slam and 4 seconds later all that damage is healed up.
Sad tale.
Like in between the Witch Doctor and the Jug Healing Ward.
A lot of healing-based circles keeping... We're seeing it now as well. They're throwing all these spells into the Dire, but they're not even taking damage. They're instead trying to kill Guam. He'll be fine. He's on the high ground. Beast of US East, meanwhile, is being initiated on Fissure. Is there. It's on 3. They killed Beast of US East. Viper now down. Grimstroke taking a lot of damage, but the Inkswell is there. It's on 2. Down goes half. Zero taking damage. Any follow-up stuns? Silence is there as well. Buyback from the Shaker. He's once again in. Grimstroke, though, is dead, as is Witch Doctor. Dire, they are on the run. PMA will be fine. Peripheral as well. Barely escaping before the stuns are there. I mean, you have to be somewhat okay with that if you're Radiant, right? I mean, you gotta use the buyback, but those are some important kills, even if it's only on supports and an offlaner.
Dire got a little bit ahead of themselves there, probably feeling good after the past couple of fights and just figured, hey, we can take high ground, but it's a little bit too early for that.
Had they have caught those 2 heroes TPing as well, that would have been possibly a 5-man wipe, at least 4 heroes killed. But both PMA and Peripheral were able to easily get away with the tree juke. I shouldn't say easily, but they managed to get away. Looking over some key items, we have Monkey King going for the Aghanim Scepter as expected. Void Spirit has finished his, going for a full BKB now. Dire side, I mean, Jug has a full Manta. He has a full Mjolnir on the Courier as well, so this man is pretty farmed right now. 12k net worth at that. Looking over at Lesh, has a finished Bloodstone going BKB. A lot of BKBs coming out this game as expected. A lot of very important stuff for both teams that block at BKB. Dire looks like they're smoking. They have it available on the CB Grimstroke. Cask is there. Lesh Stun will miss. The Simile is there. Death Ward popped as well, but that man's completely fine. I don't think some damage from Maledict, but okay. Zare's a little bit crazy here. Also into the Arcane Room. Oh, it's a bad combo there! Wyvern Ulti and Echo Slam all on 3, but the damage is no longer there. Soulbind is down. Dire taking a lot of damage. In comes the Omni Slash. Half is dead. PMA, however, not doing the damage he wants, but Shrek still dead. That's 2 for now. Atos is there. It's on Zare. Viper Ulti as well. He has no Astral Step. Has the Simulate. Will try to escape. Dodges the Silence, but he's still being run down. Bullwhip popped on Viper on their side of the fights. Guam might die to Peripheral here. Stun is missed, however. Artorius will not throw a Cask. Guam will blink away. Meanwhile, Atos once again onto Zare. Viper trying to find him in the trees. Inkswell will miss. Void Spirit Astral Steps down. Will TP away. Meanwhile, back to middle lane. Tower being sieged. Zare once again in the fights. While I'm blinking away from PMA. Man is very low, but in comes Zare. Astral Steps in. Has the Simulate. Has everything. Down goes the Juggernaut. Huge kill there from the Void Spirit. Will he die for it? Probably. Guam uses the heal, but alas, there is still a Leshrac. My lord.
It's an unfortunate start to the fight. Both supports on the Radiant have a Blink Dagger. Both saw a brilliant initiation with their big ultis, and both just happened to cast them at the exact same time.
Yeah, it was so unfortunate. It looked so beautiful, but it was just so bad. Like, had it been, say, Wyvern Ulti into Fissure into Echo, that would have been an absolute huge win. But instead, Shaker, the man with the 0 damage 3-man Echo, he'll be fine. He'll blink away. But I just want to point out the balls on Zare. I mean, that man is in the top trees, TP's away into the middle lane to kill Jug. I'm like half HP. Razor, meanwhile, will go to kill CB, but there is no detection. That man's fine.
I'll be teleporting to the shrine, which is very long.
Never mind, he had a 6-second TP. Sometimes you TP to the incorrect locations. I've been there. I've done that. It's not fun. Especially in the heat of battle. It's like, alright, click the minimap. Where am I going? Top tower, sure. Oh, never mind. This is a shrine. I am dead.
Sometimes you pull one like me where you start TPing in the middle of a fight instead of using one of your abilities.
Radiant, they will smoke. They will find Viper. Fissure on 1. In comes Guam. Taunt will miss. Link is there on the Viper, taking a lot of damage. In return, there's a pretty big death ward, but not doing that much damage. Shrek will be the first casualty. Mr. Green Knight is down. Beast of US East not long to follow. Echo is there. It's only on 1, I believe. PMA is taunted up. In comes Eddie. Guam taking a lot of damage. Has the ulti. Will not use it. Will die to a Shrek. Down goes the Shaker as well. Wukong's command is used, but it's only the 2 cores that are Radiant. Dire cannot find the right opportunity to go further. Peripheral possibly going in, but that man is actually possibly finding a Void Spirit. Stun, not used, will be juked. Simulate dodges it. Void Spirit will taunt as well. The Shrek, though, will be fine, has his teammates. And a lack of enemies in the area.
The Viper looked like such an easy kill, but again, you just have 2 healing circles on the Dire, and it just kept them alive for so long and caused them to lose too many heroes.
Dire's looking for some kind of kill, but they can't find either the Void Spirit or the Monkey King. They might find the Void Spirit now, though. Nice. Silence, actually. No BKB just yet. Inkswell will be there after the last stun. He's taking a lot of damage. Will barely die there. Good kill from the Dire. Meanwhile, they're running a Shrek in the top lane. Jug Spin is there. Link is there as well. PME losing a lot of damage. Omni Slash still on cooldown. Fissure is there. Manta will not dodge. Shaker blinks in. Wyvern has cursed up the Jug. In comes the Lesh Lover. Stuns up on 1. Soulbind only on the Wyvern. Silence there on Shaker. They're running him down. Takes a lot of damage. Will be killed by CB's Grimstroke. Meanwhile, PMA will try to run down Guam and will be successful at that. Cold Embrace will delay the inevitable, but not for too long. And with the Edict, Dire easily grabs the top tier too. They are aware of Eddie's existence with this ward, but still not an easy kill. Silence is there. And they will try to run him down, but Shrek does not stop this. Athos is there. That man is absolutely dead on Monkey King with the Viper ulti as well. That man is completely melted. And in goes Lesh for more, chasing down that Razor. He is slowed multiple times, stunned up by Lesh. In comes Void Spirit. Silence on 3. The Simulate is in, but the backup, it's dead. There are no teammates. And Fire's dudes, they just manipulate these team fights so well. This is disastrous.
I think that Monkey King was dead anyways, but there was a really cool play. Monkey King and Lesh stunned each other, and Inkswell was on Lesh, and the Witch Doctor force-staffed him into the Monkey King.
It's a good play there from Artorius. The notorious Witch Doctor. It's owning.
Even with 2 heroes dead, though, the Dire still need to be careful. There are some very big teamfight ults. As long as they don't stack them, they can get wiped by only these 3 alone.
Jug taking a lot of damage here. He is on the run. Glom is there, uses it on 3. In comes half. There's a stun. Fissure. Not used yet, but the Echo is there on 2. There's a lot of damage being used. Down goes the Wyvern. Notorious taking a lot of damage, but down goes the Shaker. Soulbind is there. It's on 2. Both melt immediately. All 5 dead on the Radiant. Despite the backdoor being there, this is certainly a foregone conclusion when it comes to this Radiant top racks. They are very, very dead. They're not long for life at this point. Ugh, that was rough. Just rough fights. They had Guam had the right opening there, right? He had the ulti on 3. It's just
right. He blinked a little bit too far though and got out of position.
So little things in Dota. There's a reason why I keep saying that Dota's a game of inches.
No, I'm not accepting that as a valuable representation.
The fact that it bothers everyone so much brings me joy. Peripheral is still there. He is fissured, but should be able to walk away just fine. The Shard is there on the Shaker. Stuns up Lesh one more time, but he's now forced away by Notorious. Guam might just die here. Viper Strike is used. Man's taking a lot of damage. Kill will head over to CB's Grimstroke. And Radiant will get those melee racks killed, but they will try to get a counter kill or 2. They're throwing out a lot of spells, but to no effect, unfortunately, for them. I mean, at this point, Fire-Edge dude's clearly in the driver's seat. Does Radiant have a window in, or do they have to rely on 5-Edge dudes to make mistakes at this point?
I think they still have a window in. They have an absurd amount of team fight and some good pick-off potential. I think they can't let them get to this high ground though, because Jug can just slow siege. They need to either fight them in this Roche pit or find a smoke team
Dire
fight.
has fantastic vision right now. I saw a Void Spirit, they saw a Razor. They're even smoking on the Razor. Atos is there. Shrek is going to be stunned up there by the Shrek. It's a 1v3 fight, and Mr. Green Knight is down. He'll even get double tipped. Triple tipped at that. The Manners, they're pretty bad, but the quadruple tip! Dear God! Was he like all shouting at some point or something? What has he done to deserve these tips?
Alright, who didn't tip Shrek? They're getting banned.
It's I think the Viper.
They're getting kicked from their team.
It was the Viper.
Sure.
I guess if anyone wants to be an offlaner for a lads team, Fire Dudes will have an opening very soon. Any high 5k offlaners looking for a team. I mean, Radiant are finishing up some key items. I mean, that's a BKB on Void Spirit. He's been looking for that one for a long time.
Yeah, I think the story of this game is Radiant went to go get their BKBs, lost a ton of fights, lost a bunch of map space, didn't get their BKBs, and then therefore couldn't win any fights.
Speaking of BKBs, they are being used in the bottom lane. Guam will drop an ulti onto 2. Witch Doctor, though, absolutely fine. Zer's BKB is ending. Peripheral's already over. PMA is there. Omnislash is there. On to Shaker currently. Was on Void Spirit initially, by the way. Shaker is now deceased. Has no buyback. Dead for 45 seconds. PMA re-engaging once again. Manta is there. They will try to slow him down there. Splinter Blast being popped. Link is there. It's on an illusion. The low HP one at that. Very little damage for Shrek. Void Spirit will silence him up. The Aegis is still there. Soulbind, it's on 2. Viper Strike is used. Popped on both. BKB popped by Shrek. Detail taking a bit of damage. PMA, very low. Will pop the Aegis. Meanwhile, Wukong's Command will zone the rest of the Dire team from the fight. PMA basically on his own. Will man fight the Razor. In comes half. Huge ulti on 2. No fissure available. He'll get silenced and stunned. Guam, meanwhile, Death Ward on him. Takes a lot of damage. Kill will head over to Peripheral on the Shrek. Void Spirit taunts up 1. They're trying to defend these buildings, but they're once again dead. That is a full set of megas. Might even see a full GG call very soon. What went so wrong here for, I mean, was it all simply map efficiency problems, or is it button pressing problems, or what was the main problem here for Radiant?
I think they didn't take advantage of winning the lane, and then after that, they needed someone to kill the healing ward and the witch doctor. There was too much sustain for them to do enough damage to get through all that. Like, just there's the one fight in the bottom Radiant jungle where they landed a whole bunch of teamfight spells, did a whole bunch of damage, and at the end of the fight everyone was full health because they had the witch doctor and the healing ward.
Either way, though, dominant showing from Fire Average Dudes. I mean, from minute 10 onwards, it was very clear who the better team was. Let's see, where's custom lobbies? What's the password?
It's probably lads.
Did not work. Where's wow on my friends list? Did they start? They started.
Oh, yikes.
Well, we're casting Dota TV again. Guess I'll grab some water then, because it'll be 2 minutes until we can cast the draft, so...
Yes.
I will be right back. Feel free to give some dank analysis if you want while I'm gone.
Alright. Well, I guess nobody else can see the scoreboard or anything. But I can talk about it. And you can hear my soothing voice. I don't know if it's actually soothing. Hopefully it is. So it looks like in this game, unfortunately, the Monkey King never really got a chance to come online. He didn't pick up his BKB until the game was pretty much over. He got it at 30 minutes and 44 seconds, and at that point it was a little bit too late. They just kind of lost control of the map and weren't able to farm as fast as their team would like to. Just a whole bunch of magic damage and survivability on the Dire just kept them alive in those team fights, and the Radiant weren't able to pick up their BKBs fast enough.
Got it. I'll try. Apparently the stream got treated to a picture of shirtless Annie made for 2 minutes, so... That's something else right there.
Nice.
Either way.
If you look at the scoreboard of that last game, though, the Juggernaut had 8,500 healing. The Viper had 3,500 healing with their Greaves, and the Witch Doctor had 9,800 healing.
My lord.
So it didn't matter how much they were getting damaged in these fights, they just lived through it with all this healing.
It almost feels like that could be a very good thing in this current meta as well. Like, you see all these heroes that just, they do damage. They do, like, the single target damage. But if you negate the damage, then who cares about damage?
Yeah, these save supports are starting to get big again.
Oh my lord, Guam did not tag the game properly. Gotta go into OBS, just go to Tacos Dark W. Have to edit that one. Properties.
Well, it looks like the same openings. They opened with Monkey King last game. They opened with Witch Doctor as well. So same draft so far. Nyx and OD banned, and Pangolier and Coddle banned. So it looks like all meta bans except for the Pangolier is probably a respect ban against Shrek. Ooh, Disrupt. I haven't seen Disruptor in a long time. That's one of my favorite heroes. It'd be interesting to see a Underlord or a Bristleback or someone picked up with this and then pick up the Ag Shard on the Disruptor. Send them flying in.
It should be a fun thing to see if we do see it. That's the sort of thing you want to see in your lads games. You want to see some really, really janky shit.
Yeah. Pretty similar drafts. I know PMA loves this Juggernaut. Thinks it's the most broken hero in the game right now. I don't know if he thinks that, but he always wants to play it, so I'm assuming he thinks it's good.
One thing is, like, sometimes you just want to play a hero you think is fun. Like, you know the hero that I like to play is Gyrocopter. I think Gyrocopter's not very good right now, but I love playing Gyro. Maybe he just likes playing Jug. Luckily for him, Jug is, Jug's at the least a top 5 carry this patch, right?
Yeah, I think it's also relatively decent versus Monkey King. If Monkey King isn't in Wukong's and you Omni-Slash him, he's just dead. Like, there's not a lot he can do to it if you're both about evenly farmed.
And if you itemize the way that PMA did last game going with the Mjolnir, then he could even go through that armor as well, so...
Yeah,
I think why he went for the Maelstrom there instead of the Battlefear.
Probably was, yeah. That makes a lot of sense, yeah, because Monkey King has been getting a lot of armor buffs. Started out with 0 in the laning stage, and now he has like 6 if you buy a single tango, and not a single branch.
You pop your ulti, you just have like 100 fucking armor, all as well.
Yeah.
But as it currently, we actually will see a little bit different of a game this time. We're seeing both Razor and Viper banned, so we'll have to see different counters to Monkey King, different counters to Jug, just different Dota 2 heroes. I like to see different Dota 2 heroes. That one, meanwhile, same thing. I mean, we're seeing a very similar draft so far from 5 average dudes picking the exact same 3 heroes.
I mean, the double cask is very strong. Obviously, they have a lot of heal again with the Witch Doctor and the Juggernaut. Now they just need to pick up a bit of lockdown and they'll be good to go. A bit of tanking.
That's a sign of a good drafter, right? It's like, alright, if we're playing against the exact same draft again, I can adjust my hero picks to beat it this time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Different hero, it's Tusk.
They have picked half Tusk a lot on Ganksquad.
So what's is Tusk like? Or sorry, not Tusk. Is Half actually a Dota gamer for Ganksquad now, or is it like a long-term stand-in? What's the situation there?
I have no idea. We're gonna have to ask Guam or Half on that one.
I'll message Half.
I know he keeps getting asked to stand in, but I don't know if he's become a permanent free agent or what's happening.
I've asked Half. Luckily, I am got friends on this Radiant team.
I have friends on both teams.
I do not have anybody added yet on 5 average dudes. I think if I added Artorius or PM... I think I used to have PMA added back against like an ancient player, but I think when I cleared my friends list, I might have removed aggressive PMA. This is the game formerly known as aggressive PMA, right?
Well, he's still known as aggressively PMA on Discord, at least. I don't know what the characters in his name mean, though. I also don't know what language it is, so I can't Google Translate.
I believe that is Mandarin. Mandarin Chinese, but I could be wrong. I'm not a... I have a passion for linguistics in general, but I'm not a complete expert.
I am terrible at different languages. I had to take French since grade 2.
Alright, so we have an answer, by the way. He is a stand-in for anything they need, which means apparently they need him.
He seems to play a lot of 4 for them, though.
I mean, it makes sense if they're 4 players missing, then he will be playing 4.
Oh, I think they're 4 players hype.
Oh, Hype. I love Hype.
Yeah, Hype can play anything.
Hype's a fucking gamer, dude. That guy is insane. We actually do some heroes to discuss, though, which is nice. I mean, Tiny women are being picked. It's funny, is it possible? Should I say it or no? Should I say it?
Oh, is it possible that Half and Guam took Snow and I's idea of picking Windranger Tusk offlane?
I was gonna say, I'm not sure if it's still under wraps or not, but I know you two have been talking about that with multiple people, both in your team and not in your team.
Is it broken or is it not broken? We will find out.
I mean, if they win with it and they own, then probably it's broken, right? Because I mean, if you can be executed by Shrek the Green Knight and Half, then it could definitely be executed by the arguably best offlane duo in League of Lads.
Who's that?
You two, you and Snow.
No.
You guys are
I'm watched and Snow's pretending.
You guys are certainly in the conversation for best offline, if not just straight up the best offline duo in that. I mean, you've been in those lanes. I've watched those. I've watched a lot of your games. I'm aware. I can say with a level of confidence, you guys have a very good offline combo.
I mean, have you seen the past two series? I've been playing like shit.
And you still win the lanes a lot. The problem has not been the laning phase for you guys. It's been everything after that. Alright, let's go smoke gank. Look for a kill. Oh wait, we have no stuns. Damn.
Yes.
Either way, though, I mean, you guys are playing this the Radiant team Ganksquad tomorrow at 9 p.m. Correct?
Yes. I believe you're casting that one, right?
On twitch.tv/BadgerPablo.
But don't subscribe to Badger. Subscribe to twitch.tv/USSquad.
No, we're let's subscribe to Badger instead. Want to eat food.
Badger needs the money to buy RuneScape membership.
Oh God.
They're taking a long time to pick their last hero. Is it going to be Lone Druid?
I hope not.
It might be the Zur Lone Druid.
I don't want to watch Lone Druid. Brewmaster, let's go! That's different.
So I'm guessing this is a Windranger mid, okay, and it's a tiny offlane.
They snap picked the Invoker too. They were absolutely ready. I mean, it makes a degree of sense. The Windrunner Wolf 6 earlier in the game, being played 2 rather than 3, can easily go gank bottom lane, maybe like minute 6. Tusk will have like what, level 3, 2 points in tag team at that point. Combo's online.
I do like this Invoker pickup though. There's a lot of things you can purge in this game, and it's very good team fight for them. Although, this would be an interesting shard game for Tiny. You have Windrunner, Tusk, and the Monkey King that can all stun themselves off you pretty easily. I guess also Brewmaster right-clicks you a bit too.
Just to remind me, it's basically you get Craggy Exterior back, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't actually know what Tiny Shard did, but now I do. And now people who stream also know. Alright, this should be fun. This is a lot of purges here. I mean, we have the 2 best AoE purges in the game right now between Brewmaster Ulti and Invoker Tornado, so it's a rough game to have buffs on you, like say Jingu Mastery or Mjolnir buff. So hopefully they don't need it.
Or Windrun.
True. The more I think about it, the more this Invoker pick is actually just really good.
Actually, can Tusk E get purged?
I don't know, actually. I have no idea if tag team can get purged.
About that one either.
We'll probably find out at some point this game.
Because it is technically a buff.
This is your last chance to see the scoreboard if you want to see it. See who's playing what. Nothing too. Nobody's like false nicknamed, right? Everyone is as expected.
I believe so.
Yeah.
PMA Artorius, Peripheral, CB, BTV US East, and you got Guam, Shrek, Half, Zur, and Big Iron.
So I have been calling him Eddie, so I guess.
Well, Eddie, Big Iron, same thing.
I'll call him Eddie.
I don't know which one he wants to go by.
Dire, they're smoked as 4. Don't know if Wraparound Gank appears to be the name of the game, but they're going on a really weird direction here.
They might run into this Windranger here.
Yeah, smoke is popped. They will try to go in the... That's a bit of a disaster. They really wanted something, and they'll get absolutely nothing. And they might even run into the Radiant's 3-man incursion into their jungle. Correction, 4-man incursion. Sarah even all chatting. So I guess now their position is fully given away now.
Notorious looks like he might get gone on here.
Yeah, I mean, he will pop the tag team. Slow is there. As is Thunderstrike. In comes Shrek. We'll go for the clap. First blood to USS Guam. Spin is there from PMA. Inksball as well. Shrek taking a good bit of damage, but he seems to be fine.
Half might be in trouble here.
Yeah, he is cold snapped, but should be able to run away. Bounty Rune will head the way of PMA in this skirmish, which means these Bounty Runes might not be claimed for a little while, and they're still, we really should have gotten in the lobby. I'd be drawing circles and shit right now. Dang. I can't draw my circle. That's like a key feature of the Badgercast. It's just drawing circles. Big fan of drawing circles.
Oh,
D-word is there from Guam. That's a good D-word.
That was barely in range.
Yeah, they have some
on
idea. Alright, we see Eddie skilling Boundless Strike level 1 to secure the Bounty Rune over CB. Does secure it, but...
He also got first blood with that, didn't he? Oh no,
Nah.
Guam got it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he contributed with it, but the kill was to Guam. We are finally seeing the lanes stabilize, though. I mean, heroes are showing up to their designated lanes. Guam now riding bottom lane. With Thunderstrike beats the US East. Inksball is there. Guam taking a bit of damage, but he's fine. Everybody will walk away. It's a little bit of damage on them. Mid lane, this will probably head the direction of the Windrunner, right?
I have no clue.
I should know this, I just don't. Guam's courier does die. CB killing it pretty easily, but sometimes you lose couriers. It happens. Spin is used top lane as well, but Shrek should be absolutely fine here. We'll have the Fairy Fire and the Clap. Clap not even being needed. Artorius looking for a cask. Could not find it because it was on cooldown. And half was trading a little bit with the tag team, but ultimately nothing of value was gained or lost from either team. It's a healing salve in one direction. Looking over to CS chart. Oh, what were we saying?
Bottom lane, this Monkey King might be in a little bit of trouble. He is looking to buy another set of tangos, but he only has one left until his courier gets there. So he might be get a little bit punished for this, but the lane is shoved. So
they'll bring out Boost, so he should be relatively fine. Worst case scenario, Guam uses the salve on him.
oh, okay, Guam does have a sub. Yeah, he should be okay.
Guam's certainly able to play that selfless 5 if he needs to. Classic Guam play right there.
Oh no. Unfortunate for Notorious, he got the horrendous small camp that he pulled into.
Yeah, even Tusk is there to leech half of his experience too, so he's getting very little out of this. No creeps dying, like 12 experience points. Even though bottom lane Guam does die to Tiny Combo. Was avalanched. Probably no toss was necessary, so tree toss was good enough. And as per usual, a lot of trading going on in the top lane, but ultimately, nothing of value being gained or lost. Yeah, that hurt. Actually, Invoker's doing a pretty good job here. He was down in CS early, but he's gaining a lot of ground there. Back to 13-3 versus Windrunners 14-4, so that's gotta be fine. He's going Quaz-Wex, so a bit hard to CS there, but he'll be fine.
Yeah, I think if you go Exort, you out-damage the Wind Ranger and you should be able to out-CS her, but with Quaz-Wex, obviously you come online a bit earlier, since he doesn't really have any Stun Strike set up. And on the other hand, he can also save himself from an early Javelin and level 6 from Wind Ranger. He can just Tornado them the way.
Once again, bit of trading bottom lane. Inksball is there, will not stun Eddie. CB, however, is trapped in that field. There's a lot of damage going after Grimstroke. One more pop of Thunderstrike, but it will not be enough to get any kills here. Eddie is going in further, does have Boundless Strike on cooldown for 2 seconds. We'll look for this kill, we'll find it. Does find it. And we'll go into Beast of the US East. Thunderstrike once again deadened. He's probably dead as well. Mango's both being popped, however. Down goes Eddie. Good double mango usage by this tiny gamer. Guam still on the run. Has Thunderstrike in 3 if he pops a mango. Will use it on Tiny. Tiny goes down as well. Meanwhile, in the top lane, PMA kills Shrek the Green Knight. Half goes in with the snowball. He'll get a kill onto the Notorious, but he goes down to the Maledict as well. This is a side lane gaming going on right now.
Yes. It was quite calm for about the first 4 minutes.
I was getting a little bored there. Like, there's nothing going on, you know. This laning phase is boring. No kills anywhere. I expected more from, like, you know, Disruptor, Tusk, Wish Doctor. And all at once, all the tension goes away. Everybody's in. Shards is used top lane onto PMA, but there's a snowball from half, but this will not be a chase, I don't believe. Maybe a little bit of bothering, but no kills. Bit of sentry trades going on. Both sentries will go down, but I guess that doesn't do anything, but they are dead regardless.
He does pick up an early urn on Invoker, so I'm assuming he's going to make some rotations with the 6-minute rune.
Well, I'm absolutely dead bottom lane. Gets destroyed by the tiny combo with the Grimstroke Inkswell. Was following that the entire time. I was like, yeah, this is inevitable. Meanwhile, EMP is used mid lane. Maledict is there onto Zaire, but meanwhile, half is there. He's snowballed in. He's used the shards. Tag team is there. Has that sentry ward available. Peripheral barely dying to that last right click of the Tusk. Artorius will kill the sentry ward in return, but I mean, and the Observer at that. That's still a fine trade though if you're Radiant. It's a very important kill on this Invoker.
Yeah, the sentry ward was still there from the minute 1 Observer ward.
That is an extraordinarily high value sentry. Gets AD ward and gets a kill on a mid laner. That's what more can you ask for a sentry? PMA does have Omni Slash now. He is now trading with half. Brewmaster is in. The Omni Slash though not going to kill just yet. Doesn't have the items or the levels. The spin though with the whip, good snowball there from half.
That was a brilliant snowball.
But Tusk probably still dead. Omni Slash is there. But Shrek
gonna cost him his life.
It's a very good snowball.
Yeah. Cost him his life, but it saves his offlaner.
It's one of those things there where they really wanted the kill on Judge, but instead it required very good play to not have both your heroes die. And even then, Shrek still might die here. He's being spun on. Phase boots are there. He's running around, but that man is just dead. Despite the best efforts of Mr. Tusk, was not enough to save his offlaner. Meanwhile, bottom lane, we are seeing Eddie. He is killed by Tiny and Grimstroke. They caught Guam slipping, doing some pulling, so that man is just absolutely dead.
You know, I'll give it credits to half for saving his offlaner, because we all know I'd never do it in my game.
Oh, dear lord. You know Snow's sitting there like, yes, my psychological abuse is paid off now.
It's actually interesting to see how this bottom lane is going. Normally you wouldn't expect Tiny to be able to beat a Monkey King in lane, but I guess that magical burst, he doesn't care about that armor.
We're seeing it over and over again. They keep being slowed to Tiny. We're seeing it bottom as well. Avalanche combo is used onto Guam. They've been fighting for a good while now, and once again dead on USS Guam. Meanwhile, in the top lane, they were diving Notorious, but unable to find that kill. He will TP away. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Focus Fire is used. Dust was popped by Zaire, but tower dive unsuccessful. The tips come out onto Zaire. Is there any like bad blood between these two teams, or is it all in good fun here?
I think it's good fun. I don't know of any hatred towards anybody in this game.
That's good. That's good to hear. I know there are, especially in the past, a number of what do they call them, bloodless feuds in lads, where teams just did not like each other. But it's good to see teams that just aren't on bad terms here. Half probably out of position, has a snowball, will delay the inevitable, but keyword there is delay. Shards is used. Might pop tag team as well.
That was a really good shard.
Actually, is he fine? Good play there from half. Will escape. Good snowball. Good shards. Meanwhile, Shrek might just die top lane anyways. Spin is there.
Oh yeah. He used his mana too, so he can't save himself with split.
Even the Invoker's here for the kill. Kill will have the peripheral on that Invoker. Invoker has the urn already going for that Spirit Vessel. He's about, what, 1,200 away, give or take?
Yeah, about that.
On the flip side, looking at the Ranger of Wind, she has that Javelin, has Brown Boots in the way, I believe, currently. Yep, has Brown Boots in the way currently. Working on that Phase Boots into what I'm assuming is an MKB. Have we been seeing any, I remember people were theorycrafting Windrunner buying Gleipnir. Have we seen any of that at all, or is that just still MKB Windrunner?
I picked it up on support Wind Ranger. I think it's really good there, but on the core Wind Ranger, I don't think it's very good. I think while for support it's good, it gives you an extra bit of lockdown. It doesn't give you survivability like a BKB or an Ags, and it doesn't give you any more damage like an MKB would. So unfortunately, I do not think it's the right choice for a core Wind Ranger.
Looking over at the net worth chart, it's about as expected. We're seeing this big cohort of 5 cores, and then Jug on top and Brewmaster on the bottom. Followed by, of course, the 4 supports, with Tusk taking the lead.
I think Radiant should have swapped lanes earlier here. The Monkey King, while it's not a great lane for him to lane versus a Witch Doctor and a Jug, him laning bottom, he couldn't really get much out of the lane against this tiny Grimstroke combo. The Disruptor couldn't help them at all, and now they're just going to get a free tower out of it.
Bit of brawling going on middle lane. Static Storm is used by Guam. Will possibly glimpse, or not. Either way, Artorius was tossed in by the tiny. Death Ward is there, but it's immediately cancelled. Soulbind is there onto Zare. He's a casualty so far. They will try to brawl with the Tusk. Invoker, meanwhile, on the side of the fight. Tornado's still on cooldown, so that's not available. In comes the Monkey King Lover. Slow, only onto the 1. Down goes Guam. Half will die as well, but Peripheral, that's the big kill right there. Monkey King looking to kill him, but the Boundless Strike, it is on cooldown for 15 seconds. Tusk will buy it back, but there's still 3 Dire Heroes under that tower. Snowball, it'll stun 2, but it will not be enough to save Eddie there on that Monkey King. EMP is used. Half wants to kill CB, has no spells, has no mana for that Walrus Punch, and another kill. That's a dieback onto the Tusk. Tips are there, Power Shot barely missing. In comes Shrek, lose out the Primal Split, not just yet. Clap is used, Deafening Blast is there. Is there a Glimpse? Glimpse is there, will be used. Down goes the Grimstroke. Invoker, he'll be the next to fall. That's a very important turn there from Ganksquad. Overall, I mean, it's still a great engagement for 5 average dudes, but what could have been a fantastic engagement turned out to be only a pretty good engagement, thanks to some kills in the back end, on the back side, I should say.
Unfortunately for the Radiant, though, they do lose their top tower, and that mid tower is on 36 HP, so they're going to have a bit of a rough time.
If Radiant were paying close attention, they could have killed PMA there. He had a 5-second TP after he spun. They could have canceled it with Shackle, or I guess maybe stick into Primal Split, but they did not check the TP duration, and as a result will not get that kill.
Which is very unfortunate, because this Jug is going very greedy. He has a Hand of Midas, and he's now working towards his Maelstrom. You really need to shut him down.
Well, not only did I shut him down, he is by far the #1 net worth hero, has been involved in 5 kills, 3 of them to his name, and he is now in that place, carries like the bee. He's in the bottom jungle, and he's in the bottom tri-camp.
Yeah, they need to pressure some towers or kill him, or there's not going to be a lot of hope left in this game.
They will focus fire top lane. They are applying a bit of pressure here. Guam rotating over Dire. They do see him. Soulbind is there, only onto 1 so far, but they will just kill Shrek. Primal Split will not be there. Guam, meanwhile, hit by Death Ward. Tower will die, but it's a 2 for 0 so far. Tornado will miss. Zero TPing away.
I think both teams are fine with that trade. You get that top tower, which you desperately need for the Radiant, but you also get a couple kills and some Spirit Vessel charges for the Invoker.
I think if you're Dire, you have to be relatively fine with that, because the entire time PMA was farming as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think both teams are relatively happy with that.
Dire, meanwhile, they're coalescing onto this mid lane. PMA, though, caught a little bit out of place. Shackle will not hit. Snowball will be there. Walrus Punch is there. PMA taking a lot of damage. Then comes the Tiny. Avalanche will not hit thanks to the Tornado. PMA does not have the mana for the Omni Slash either. Runs the wrong direction. Static Storm will kind of zone the team fight. Zare dropping low. Zare will go down. EMP. Only it's on the Tusk. Primal Split, meanwhile, doing a lot of damage. Glimpse is there onto the Invoker. Do have protection. Snowball is there. Thunderstrike is there. They have the Sentry at that. Meanwhile, in comes the Tiny. Blinks back in. Combo onto the Disruptor. Down goes CB on the backside of the fight. Tiny, meanwhile, killing up Guam. Shrek trying to fight. He is stunned up by that Cold Snap, but down goes Artorius. Meteor completely missing. Who comes to man now? It's being popped. And Tusk still fighting this Tiny. The Tiny is not the easy kill. He'll toss in. In comes PMA with the spin. Down goes Eddie. You may want half Tornado. Will fall out in that Avalanche Sunstrike as well. Kill will not go the Invoker. Will go to the Beast of US East. Meanwhile, in comes Zare. Shackle will miss. Focus Fire, not enough damage just yet. Omnislash is there. It's onto their creeps as well. However, they cannot find that final bit of damage there onto Zare. But once again, utter and complete disaster for Ganksquad.
That was a beautiful play. That toss onto the Wind Ranger out of the shards. Unfortunate that the creep wave's there. Well, fortunate for Zur at least, but that fight started out great. They got a kill on that Jug with beautiful shards from half, but then there's just nothing to follow up the fight after that. The Dire showed up too fast.
I mean, the one silver lining as well for the Radiant is Zare did not die twice, and well, he's now dead, so.
Yeah.
Tornado was there, Soulbind as well. Just too much damage. This Tiny is just owning right now. And they will even go for more there. Inksfall is there on Shrek, and they'll do a bit of damage to the Stun Strike. Tornado will miss completely, but the EMP will be enough. Never mind, not enough for Shrek just yet, but he will die to that Cold Snap.
This gotta feel so bad. You're making excellent plays on this half Tusk, and it's just not quite enough to save anyone.
Yeah, I mean, they just don't have the right tools to stop Tiny from just killing everybody. He just keeps blinking in, and even though you snowball properly, it's just, then what? And he's gonna go in again! Never mind, no, they thought about it. They did pop both the Inkswell and the Alacrity onto the Tiny, but opted against another jump.
I think that was one of those calls by the offlane there where his whole team's like, go in, go in, go in, we can do it again, and then finally a voice of reason says, nah, this is probably not a very good idea.
You know, whenever the offlane is being the voice of reason, it's like, alright, usually this is like the alpha male run at people like an absolute dingus
Monkey.
roll, and it's like, alright, if he's saying back, it's probably time to back now. Zare taking a bit of damage there. Cask will only hit once, but there's the Death Ward. The Maledict is there. That's a lot of Maledict damage, and Kill will have the Notorious. More tips coming out.
It looks like they're just a little bit lost on the Radiant, you know, like, you go and you ult the mid-tier 1 when you're 1 XP away to level 12, you're just trying to apply some pressure, getting some space for your Monkey King, and it's unfortunate, you just get killed straight away.
Used there onto Guam. The Static Storm is onto nobody. They just walked out of it, unfortunately. Guam goes down. Looking for Shrek as well. Has mana for Primal Split. Will he use it? Being Cold Snap, Stun, Silence as well. Snowball, meanwhile, it's already too late. Shrek is already dead. 3 kills to the Dire. And this game is snowballing out of control very fast.
Yeah, full Meteor Hammer already complete on the Invoker on top of that Spirit Vessel at 18 minutes. That feels really hard to fight into now.
And it's one of the situations where we saw game 1, Ganksquad, they won the lanes, but they were unable to convert it into an advantage. And then this game, they lost the lanes. Not by that much, but they certainly did lose the lanes. And now it's like, alright, can we play from behind? And our current sample size of 1 says no.
Yeah, it just seems that the Dire is picking these early pressure heroes or mid-game pressure heroes, and then the Radiant will have anything to react to it.
Man is very greedy, even for an Omniscience play. Unable to find the kill. Soulbind is there. They will toss up half. He will die, but they do kill PMA's Jug. Bit overzealous there on that Juggernaut play. Shackle will miss, but it still should be a kill there onto this Tiny. Doesn't have the shard just yet. Cask only hits once, but the Avalanche combo will kill Zare. Meanwhile, Tiny's still alive. Death Ward is there, and it had to have been the right play, killing PMA there, but to what effect? Theater Hammer once again onto Shrek, and the EMP as well will easily make enough damage. Okay, maybe easily isn't the right word, but the kill will go to Peripheral and Glimpse onto CV.
Technically,
he's fine. I'm not going to pretend he's at risk of dying. Meanwhile, though, Guam absolutely at risk of death. He is dead. Good charge there from Half. Will trapped in that Tiny. Tiny trying to escape out of both tower ranges currently. They will need more damage. Thunderstrike is there from Guam. He did buy back. Meteor Hammer will miss completely from the Invoker, but once again, down goes Guam. Dieback is there, but Zaire, with the power shot, will finally end the rampage. Not sorry, the godly streak of the Tiny. Shackle shot, it's good. Onto 2. Down goes Notorious. Down goes C. Down the strike is there. Onto Peripheral. Do they have detection? Not really. Dust actually is there. They will slow him up, but in comes PMA. Has the Omni Slash. Is Alacrity. Will not use it just yet. Possibly afraid of a Primal Split. Either way, Shackle will miss. Down goes the Healing Ward. Has just enough mana for Omni Slash if he wants to go for it, but dear God.
that's gotta feel bad for the Radiant. They're just getting brawled on so hard.
On the bright side, that last set of brawls wasn't as bad. I mean,
it's definitely a morale hit though when they're diving your tier 3 towers and the tier 2 isn't even on half health at the time.
Yeah, it's never a good sign. But at the very least, they got some key kills there. I mean, they didn't kill the Invoker, but they killed the Tiny and they killed the Jug. They're even all chatting. Oh dear Lord, Tornado's gonna miss. Yeah. Game 3. Yeah, looks like both teams have a good time. Tiny combo is there. Down goes the Windrunner. Absolutely eviscerated by the combo there from Beast of US East. Catch me a land, he says. Yeah, the Echo Saber combo. It's a bit too much right now. Meanwhile, Shrek was EMP'd earlier. Never mind, he didn't have mana in the first place. We'll pop the Primal Split. We're about to Tornado. Meteor Hammer being cancelled by that Earth Spirit stun. They will Tornado up the Invoker, but looks like the Brewmaster Broodling is simply running away. Tiny sitting on the high ground, looking to go after the ulti ends. Will end in 1 second. In goes Tiny. Will get stunned there by the end of that Brewmaster Broodling split. Meanwhile, on the other side of that, Notorious gets killed warding, but Shrek the Green Knight still being run down. Inkswell will be the last bit of damage from the Sunstrike on the top as a cherry, but
oh, that's gotta feel so bad. That Casey shows up, well, Notorious shows up with a solo Witch Doctor and is just about to solo kill both enemy supports, and then the stun comes through from the Monkey King.
It's a sad tale. A sad tale for 5 average dudes. Good tale for the Ganksquad not dying on 2 heroes to a Witch Doctor.
Oh, but that would have been amazing to see. The coconut was bouncing. He had the E down. He was dropping that all.
I completely missed that entire engagement. I was watching the Shrek madness. Either way, that's once again more towers dying to Dire. They kill their first tier 2 of the match. Now getting that shrine. And Windrunner, Zur was all chatting about that Orchid Malevolence earlier. She is coming up on it, has both Oblivion Staffs, but they did not get caught before them. Looking at Dire Vision, they only see Shrek the Green Knight in the bottom lane. No wards catching any heroes, but they have to know, alright, there's only so many places the rating can be, because, well, we're in the map, so. We have like 7 sentries. They have no vision either. Looking at Radiant Vision, they do not see Tiny. He did pop on that Sentry Ward, but the PMA double damage Juggernaut easily enough to kill any kind of tower resistance. Simply melts like butter there. Sunstrike, simply scouting.
The Orchid is now finished. We will now see if the Dire will be fucked.
And if it is, that's a real story right there, you know? It's Radiant team gets run at, they're down 13k at 23 minutes, but then one protagonist of the story buys a Orchid, silences it at the key time or something.
They are coming out to this Roche fight with a smoke here, 5-man smoke.
He silenced a Tiny. Is there a Shackle? It'll be on 2. Pretty good one. Soulbind there as well. Tornado, it's on 3. Primal Split, it's doing a bit of damage. In comes Boundless Break. Down goes Notorious. PMA dropping low. Tiny as well actually will die to that focus fire. It's a good fight so far for the Ganksquad. 2 for 0 trades so far, and they will go at CB. Inkswell is there, but I'm not going to save him. That's a great fight.
Yeah.
The Orchid, it helped. It actually helped. I'm happy they're having a good time right now. It's hilarious.
He did call it. They may not have 5-man wiped them, but it looks like they're gonna get a Roche, and they got 3 kills.
And it's part of the problem for Jug, is he actually does not have Manta. He opted for the S and Y instead, so he can't perk off that Orchid actually.
I mean, I don't think the Orchid's enough to kill the Jug. You're definitely gonna need the Disruptor ulti for that.
You probably need both at this point, but you can use one to buy time for the other. Bam.
Yeah. This Monkey King probably feels a little bit bad. Had to opt in for that BKB before the Ags. Realized last game he came online a little bit too late.
Stun is there. Aegis already popped there onto Eddie, and Beast of US East will simply run away. Never mind, they're going for more. Tornado, it's good. He got a bit late, he says, but BKB is popped. There is no Wukong's command just yet. Meanwhile, though, they will just command fight the Tiny. Snowball is there. Will stun a little bit of damage there.
Big Omni Slash coming out.
Absolutely melts the back end. Shrek is dead. Meanwhile, down goes Eddie, down goes Half, and this is turning into a disaster. Treetops is there, as is the Orchid, but well, it looks like everybody will survive at this point. They will not kill Guam. They will not kill Zare just yet, and unless we see a Sunstrike or a Tornado.
Oh.
Interesting. Yes, Sunstrike ready, actually. You might look for it in the fountain. Nah, he won't go for it. Thought about it, though. And just when we thought things were going well, I mean, Aegis is killed, 3 heroes die, and they lost nothing.
Yeah, he had 1 second on his BKB before the Aegis got killed there by the Tiny combo.
That's one of those things too. It's like, alright, we have Aegis, we're good to go, except actually we don't have our spells. Primal Split on cooldown, Wukong's Command on cooldown, Static Storm on cooldown. So how do you fight? And I recognize that. Orchid is there, BKB is popped from Mr. Beast of US East. Primal Split in the backlines, kill the healing ward. Tornado is there, onto this Witch Doctor. And they might simply let Artorius die, possibly. Shackle will hit on 1. Tornado trying to delay this to save their Witch Doctor. CB stunned as well, Glimpse is there. They really want this Witch Doctor, focus firing even. Snowball will be on 2, Soulbind on 2 as well. Death Ward will be popped but ended very quickly. Meanwhile, Meteor, Deafening Blast, it kills Zur. He's down, he buys back, Guam goes down, Half goes down, Radiant, they are absolutely melting. Brewmaster trying to fight, he's fighting 4 dire heroes. And down goes Shrek the Green Knight. Meanwhile, Zare, he is at risk of dying back. Bullwhip is there. Needs 1 more hit. Will try to win run away. Tornado will miss PMA. Meanwhile, trying to run it down. Sunstrike will miss. Treetoss will miss as well.
Please, he says.
He says please.
He just wants to live. The Monkey King is cutting this mid wave, though.
Yeah, the wave is at the middle tier 1. It's not coming. It's not coming anytime soon.
Well, they didn't really get anything out of this Aegis. It still is a major time aim sink for the Dire here, because they can't siege high ground without that Aegis, because they don't have the Manta on the Juggernaut. So he can die to either a Static Storm or an Orchid, so they needed that Aegis, and now they can't siege the high ground, so it does buy them a bit of time on the Radiant.
I think Zera's tilted. I think Zera is very, very tilted right now. Either way, we are seeing some important items for Radiant if they want to keep fighting. They had the Blink finally on Tusk. That's about it, actually. They don't really have an Ags on Monkey King, not really close to Deso either, so.
Yeah, they need a BKB on Wind Ranger before they can really kill anyone. In fact, they need an upgraded Javelin. She doesn't really do all that much damage with Focus Fire. The Orchid did win them 1 fight, but I think they needed an MKB or something to shred through.
BKB is there, but Monkey King is dead. Omni Slash, it's enough damage. And now Monkey King, even though he has buyback, he has no Wukongs and he has no BKB, so it's like he has no buyback.
Yeah, there's no point in buying back at that point. Then you're not gonna contribute anything to the fight.
He probably will buy back just because if he doesn't buy back, then they just lose the game. But I'm sure Guam's sitting there like, use buyback, please.
I think you just threaten it, force them to only keep 1 or 2 heroes on the high ground.
Yeah, Zer's dead. He's got soul killed there by the Invoker. We'll see a TP away from Shrek. Meanwhile, Static Storm is there onto PMA. Half is in as well. Kills the healing ward. Low Rollers punch this Jug, but to no effect. Meanwhile, Pizza of US East. He's already in the backlines. Husk already dead. Sunstrike will miss.
Didn't miss.
Wait, it did. Oh wow, I just killed Eddie. My bad.
That was a really good bait from the Tiny there. He sat there and man fought him, and then the moment Sunstrike was about to land, he moved just a tiny bit. The Brewmaster then moved to hit him, and the Monkey King was the only one caught in the Sunstrike.
Disastrous fight. GG's call at this point. Guam once again dead. Yeah. He dies back, but this is... I mean, what is there to say about the series other than this is a very one-sided affair? I mean, from basically minute 10 of game 1, it was all 5 average dudes.
Yeah.
If you were Guam right now, what would you say to your team? Like, all right, well now what? What did we do wrong here? How do we improve on this?
I think if something's happening like that, where the enemy team is just outplaying you around the map constantly, that's something where you need to sit down with a replay review and look at how you need to group up and move around the map, because that's pretty clearly seems to be the problem. So if you want to improve and you want to win these series and you want to win these games and you want to take this team farther, then that's what I would do. If you don't really care and you're just having fun, then you just say, screw it, see you next week. We'll see you tomorrow, sort of thing.
Hey, speaking of seeing them tomorrow, you're seeing them tomorrow. After watching this series, are you scared?
I'm scared for Snow.
How so?
I don't know if he's mentally stable or not.
It's a constant question, though.
Yes. That has nothing to do with what happened tonight.
I guess you are going to turn down your chance for some WWE-style trash talk. I gave you the opportunity. You turned it down. If Snow was here, he would have taken that. But either way. Any your analysis, or is this just a closed book in which 5 dudes simply was the better Dota team?
I just think they're simply the better Dota team. They grouped up, moved around the map, won the team fights. There's too many mistakes coming from the Radiant to really point out everything. But I think the big one was that they weren't pressuring towers as well as 5 average dudes, and 5 average dudes just moved around the map way better.
Do you have any final words, shout-outs, call-outs, things to say to the people of League of Lads and twitch.tv/BadgerPapo?
I do have one thing to say. Dota is a game of inches. No, I'm just kidding. That's fucking stupid.
Oh, come on. Haters. Absolute haters. Either way, though, thanks to the people for tuning in, for watching either some or all of this 2-0 victory by 5 average dudes over to Ganksquad. You can catch me tomorrow night casting Ganksquad once again, but they will be playing one of like the top 3 or so teams in League of Lads, being the Toxic Tacos, so tune on in. I'm going to see if Tristan is available as well, so if he's there, I'm excited for that one, but if not, I will find a suitable co-caster, I am sure. Either way, have a great night, folks. Thanks for watching.